The man shot and killed by Spokane County deputies was not carrying a weapon.
But authorities say the shooting was still justified.
This is not Hollywood. This is real life.
That man shot and killed by Spokane Sheriff's deputies was not armed with a deadly weapon when officers opened fire. Investigators
say that Edward Stanley Gover climbed over a fence, told officers he had a knife, and said that they'd have to kill him when the shooting happened. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey joins us now live at the Public Safety Building. And Jeff, the sheriff saying that the shooting was justified.
Well, he does, because Mr. Gover allegedly simulated pulling a weapon out of his pocket, putting it behind his back, and then continued to advance on the officers. Sheriff Knezevich says his deputies don't have to wait to see a gun and a knife before they defend themselves. The events that led up to Ed Gover's death started hours before, when the 47-year-old allegedly held his girlfriend at knife point inside her Spokane Valley home.
He had made threats to this victim throughout the night that he was going to kill her. Tried to get her to open the safe. She refused to do so. She actually got into a hand-to-hand conflict with him. That's where she received the laceration to her arm.
Gover then left in his girlfriend's black Mercedes, and the victim asked a neighbor to call 911. Deputies were still taking the domestic violence report when Gover drove back into the neighborhood.
Suspect drove at a high rate of speed, turned around in the cul-de-sac, and left the area, at which time Deputy Warner and Deputy Bond began to pursue the suspect in the stolen vehicle.
The short-lived pursuit ended a few blocks away when Gover abandoned the Mercedes and began running back toward the victim's home. Deputy Aaron Childress saw Gover jump the fence in her backyard and ordered him to the ground.
The suspect then reached into his pocket and stated that he had a weapon, he had a knife.
Deputies say with his hand behind his back, Gover charged the deputies, saying they would have to kill him.
He then proceeded to walk towards the deputies in a very aggressive manner. He got within 8 to 10 feet of Deputy Childress, and he shot the individual 5 times.
Now, that second deputy also felt threatened. He fired a single blast from his 12-gauge shotgun. However, when Gover was searched, the only thing they found in his hands were the keys to the Mercedes. The sheriff says the deputies did not try to use their tasers on Gover because they thought at that point he was armed with a handgun or a knife, and tasers actually have a 40% failure rate. Reporting live at the Public Safety Building, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.